Yo, welcome back. So Jim Jones hit a new low apparently. I ain't react to the video. I ain't watched the video yet. I'm gonna react with y'all, you feel me? So let's get into it. Shout out Poetik Flakko for the video. Leo, appreciate y'all. Let's get into it.
Has
Subscribe.
officially hit rock bottom. At this point, I don't know how you show your face on the internet again. For some very dumb reason, Jim Jones decided he wanted to beef with 50 Cent, and now 50 Cent got Jim Jones in a checkmate, cornered at all angles. Let's do a brief recap.
Why would he do that? It don't even make no damn sense. Yo, you seen all the people who get slaughtered by 50 Cent, even go after 50 Cent? Yo,
how this started, and then we'll get to the new updates, okay? So Jim Jones and his co-host spoke on 50 Cent doing a documentary about Diddy, and they were kind of in disapproval of this. 50 Cent got wind of it, got wind of them speaking on him. So 50 Cent decided that he was going to get in contact with the landlord for the building. And he got in contact with the landlord for the building, and the landlord apparently already had a beef with Jim Jones, so he was willing to sell 50 Cent the building and work with 50 Cent. Now, what came from that is a phone call where the landlord is breaking down all of Jim Jones' business, telling 50 Cent that Jim Jones owes back rent, that they're trying to evict Jim Jones. Jim Jones is squatting right now because he won't leave the building. Jim Jones has hit rock bottom today, but before today, 50 Cent had already been terrorizing Jim Jones, making his life miserable. So 50 Cent has a vendetta against Jim Jones.
50 Cent one of them type of people you just gotta avoid in your life. Because if he don't fuck with you, he gonna fuck with you, bro. And you don't want that, gang. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta avoid a type of nigga like this. Especially if you're on his hit list, that shit over with. Yo, I be stuttering like a motherfucker trying to talk too fast. I'm cooked.
As of lately, because Jim Jones decided he was going to speak on 50 Cent and this Diddy documentary, him and his co-host expressed they didn't feel like 50 Cent doing a documentary on Diddy was right. So 50 Cent decided, okay, yeah, I'm going to contact the landlord.
This be niggas. I mean, that's it? That was it? That's what set 50 off? Yo, 50 really crazy boy, bro. Yo, 50
Lord up the building, you're filming that podcast in. And I'm going to try to own the building so you can't film that podcast anymore. So what happened is 50 Cent called the landlord, not even knowing the landlord and Jim Jones already beefing. He already hates Jim Jones because Jim Jones owes him a lot of money. So 50 get in contact with the landlord, and the landlord is telling 50 Cent all of Jim Jones' business already.
Want to rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want 6 months of build out. And ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me.
Yo, this nigga really trying to get Jim Jones finished, bro. He said, I'll put that shit in too. Fuck it. Take whatever you want, 50. It's yours.
Right now, he owes, and I'm going to say in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000.
It's actually through the landlord that 50 Cent found out that the building that Jim Jones...
$150,000, not that much to a nigga like Jim Jones. Yo, if you was a popping rapper back in the day, and if you were successful... what does he do? Podcasting. You a successful podcaster. I feel like $150K not really nothing to you, bro. Just pay that. Just pay that tab. Cause now you got 50 Cent in your ass, and you never want 50 Cent in your ass, bro. Cause even if he wrong, he gonna make it look so funny. No, the public not gonna care, bro. So you gotta really be on your dean. And two, let's just be listening to y'all niggas, bro. Just do good business with people. You just be a good person. Life will hopefully be good back to you again. Even if it's not good back to you, it'll be good back to the next person. You know what I mean? Like, now look, nigga being an asshole, not paying rent and shit. Now he got now look at his problems. And I'm not editing out the video either. I'm sorry. I need to hire an editor, bro. I can't do editing.
Is currently filming it, has no heat. That they turned off the heat in an attempt to get Jim Jones out the building because Jim Jones is currently squatting while they were trying to evict him. So 50 Cent has all this information. Jim Jones, for some reason, was still commenting on the internet, still trying to deny certain things, like still trying to pretend like him and the building, him and the landlord was all good, and it was actually his building. Like after 50 Cent exposed Jim Jones was squatting, he was being evicted, and that there's no heat. Jim Jones did a tour of the building where he was trying to prove that he's this boss, and he has a multi-production studio coming, and he's about to build a new section and a new faction in the building. But whole time, the building is trying to evict him while Jim Jones is doing renovations and work in the building.
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer, are you not entertained? Since everybody want to put my business in the street, I might as well talk to you about my business. Right now I am in the second phase of construction, and we're not open to public. This is a raw space. I have not found out yet what I want to do exactly in the space, but in my mind, I was thinking of building like a little mart, but we'll see how that goes.
This is the problem with hustle culture. Everybody wants to appear like they're doing something, but nobody want to actually do something. Jim Jones is building an entire business in a building that he's not even allowed to be in, that he has to break into to get in. So Jim Jones is launching this thing called the IFC Factory, right? It's supposed to be like a content studio where you come, you do your podcasting, you can come, you do like photo shoots in. I even seen like they got this joint on Peerspace right now. You could book this for $65 an hour on Peerspace, 2 hours minimum. I seen it. I said, oh.
Damn.
But he's doing this in a building where they're actively trying to evict him from. That's why it's stupid, all right? That's why it's dumb. Jim Jones was able to stay as long as he's been staying because Jim Jones, A, got some money. 2, is New York. Tenants got a lot of rights. So Jim Jones understands like certain laws and regulations to where he's been able to squat for.
Yo, that squatters law shit be frying me. I ain't going. In a country where you got your Second Amendment right, you want to squat on some nigga shit, bro? You a brave soul, gang. You a fucker show. That's a dangerous game to play with the wrong nigga, bro. You don't know what's what, who's who no more. You might think you squatting on some bitch ass nigga's land whole time. That's really him. No. But nah, bro. He not wrong. What's up with niggas want to always be acting like they doing something, popping it with the whoop, but they not really putting in no pain, no gain, no work or nothing. Like your gram filled with great fit pics. You always smoking the best ganja. You in a nice rental and everything like that. But in real life, you begging your mans for scrapes, for scraps. I'm sorry, scrapes off the plate. You know what I mean? Big bro, let me hold $5, please. Like, come on, gang, you a grown ass man. But on the gram, you lavish, you having it. But in real life, you shaking a can. You come on, please help me. I need something to eat for the day. I need to go buy a cart.
For as long as he's been able to squat, but they've been actively trying to evict him. Well, today 50 Cent announced that the eviction process has been somewhat successful, and now they're taking steps to have it enforced and get Jim Jones out the building. The eviction notice was actually posted on their door, and it was addressed to IFC Management, which is obviously Jim Jones' company. Now, Jim Jones was building like a content studio, so he had the IFC Management, right, like for the studio name. Joseph Jones, obviously, right? It was posted at this particular address. Now, the studio or the building is so big, it takes up multiple addresses, right? It's, I think, at 788, 789, 791, like first floor, second floor. It's really, 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 really big, okay? But from actually reading this, because this is my first time actually reading this, it looks like the landlord at 50 still got some more steps to take. So they alerted Jim Jones of a notice of default, meaning, he owes money. All right, that notice was sent January 15th. It expired January 22nd. Jim Jones never paid it. And then a 5-day notice of termination. They sent the 5 days notice of termination they're claiming on February 10th, which expired on February 17th. From what I just read, it looks like Jim Jones may have some action, maybe another month of being able to use the studio as they go through the next phase, which is to get a sheriff out there, get the eviction order, and then get the sheriff out there to drag Jim Jones from out the building. Hopefully it don't go that far. Now, 50 Cent got access to, like some clips or videos of Jim Jones actually in the building. Now, we'll find out later how exactly 50 Cent was able to get access. Yes, he's in, connection to the landlord, but it's actually much deeper than that. But the video that 50 Cent posted of Jim Jones is really embarrassing. So it shows Jim Jones trying to break in certain rooms in the building because certain rooms have access to the heat. They turn the heat off. Jim Jones trying to access those rooms to turn the heat back on, and certain rooms is closed off.
Yo, this is pitiful. I'm not going to fraud with you. Like, you would think after you reach a certain level in your career, like you popping, you one of the main niggas from New York, you feel me? Like damn, he might be a household name, I ain't gonna lie. Jim Jones might be a household name, but like, you one of the top 15 from New York, top 20 from New York. And this is what you resort to in your old age. You supposed to be like Jay-Z, Nas, West Side Gun, all them niggas, you feel like you supposed to be chilling. ASAP Rocky, you supposed to be good. You over here owing niggas for rent money, breaking down niggas' doors for some heat. No, you're not supposed to be living like that, OG.
Been locked by the landlord. Jim Jones trying to break in those rooms as well. But this is just a all-around bad look.
That's bad whoops. Like, this look crazy. Like, you doing too much old head. Like, come on, OG, simmer down, bro. This what niggas be talking about with this old head young nigga shit, bro. It's like, gang, in your old age, you supposed to be chilling, getting your money hand over fist with it. You over here kicking down doors with some heat. It's a bad look. That's why he always bundled up on his joint. He cold as shit. My bad.
He cut the light bulb. The homie goes in the room and flickers the light back and forth, and he tells Jimmy, I hope y'all heard it. He tells Jim Jones, hey, yo, Jimmy, they cut the lights off. Bro.
That shit over.
You are Jim Jones. You are somebody who has access to a level of funding and money and income that the regular person don't have. Why put yourself through this? Why not go out and do this the right way? Why not go out, get financing, go through a bank if you can't afford it, and get yourself a building and build this thing from ground up? Why are you in a building that you can't afford? Don't Jim Jones owe like $180,000 on his building? Now, this was about like 2 months ago, he owed $180,000. It's probably more now. If you can't afford it, if you can't afford the building, leave.
Bow out. You feel
Subjecting yourself to this, is cruel and unusual, man.
It's not even cruel and unusual. It's really just like, it's just really a bad, like, you look pitiful, gang. It's beyond a bad look. It's just like, damn. Like, if I had a kid, if I had my two little kids right now, I'll tell them, yo, look, you see him? You ain't never want to be like him. Making buco money. You making mad money in your youth. And now look, you kicking down doors for some heating. It's a bad look. You owe 180K because you ain't want to pay up. It's a bad look. It's bad business. It's bad karma on your soul. Bro. You don't want that.
What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine. My problem. All right?
There's no sound, but look at the absolute rage in Jim Jones right now, man. Jim Jones is steaming right now, bro. God, yo, I could feel the vibration of brokenness through the screen, bro.
Look, bro. It's just like, it's a pitiful look, gang. Like, how old is Jim Jones? 50-something? Come on, OG. I hope when I'm 50-something, I'm chilling on my own private island. No Epstein, bro. Chill. But I just want my own little private island. Pina colada in hand. Sunbathing. Letting my kids run the companies.
And he's doing all of this, by the way,
for some heat.
To find a room where the landlord turned off the heat from, so he could go back and actually like turn the breaker back on or turn whatever back on to bring back heat to the building. Because when you watch that video of Jim Jones that we just saw, like when he did the tour, when Jim Jones was speaking, you could literally see his own breath, which tells you is below freezing in that building. Now, when Jim Jones and Mano and Fab and Davies do their podcast, they're all bundled up. Like the only person I've seen with maybe like some type of, I don't know, like sweater that's light is like Mano at times, but Mano is a husky dude. But they're all bundled up at all times. Jim Jones is walking away frustrated, man, mad as hell, telling people to come down. So apparently, like, he's instructing them to come down so they could brutalize the door some more. This is just sad, bro. Yo, Jim looked defeated right now. Look at him, bro.
He do
brains
look rough.
disheveled, breathing heavy. Make no mistake about it, bro. Jim Jones is doing all of this because he want to flex for the gram, right? He want to flex for the gram that he's doing something, that he got his own building.
I hate that shit, bro. My man sent me a picture of his other man talking about some, invest money in me. He said, bro, I'm popped right now. He's talking about some, yeah, you wouldn't invest in competition. You know I'm over you. Or some shit like that. I go to his gram, he having, like, he got better fashion, better drip than I do, all this other shit. Bro, no nigga that's really trying to get it out the mud crazy like that, doing all this shit for the Instagram, but in real life, putting in no pain for himself. Like, yo, I damn near put myself in debt for this PC, bro. Now I'm in rotationary. I live off my credit cards. I pay them bitches off. Now I'm in a 360 loop of hell. I gotta find out how to break that cycle somehow. I come home, do these videos and shit. No time to edit shit. I'm in and out like a motherfucker. My 2 kids be coming over sometimes. Like, yo, last night I was wanting to do some videos last night. I couldn't do that because my 2 little kids wanted to be like, oh, can you sleep in your bed, Cameron? I said, cool. Made up my bed, let them sleep in my bed. Come on, Cam. Nigga, I slept on the floor. I woke up. I couldn't walk properly. My hip was all fucked up. I was like, God damn. Uncomfortable shit on the floor, but it was warm as hell though. I can't even lie. They was talking all night. Yep. Nigga, it's a school night. Go to sleep, little girls. What's wrong with y'all? But see, I said all that to say, on my Instagram, my shit butt ass naked. You gonna see my Miami trip. And that's it. That's it, bro. What the hell? Maybe graduation pics, maybe. If that. But gang, I don't be posting shit on the gram, because why? I'm hustling, nigga. I'm grinding right now. I'm in grinding mode. Fuck all that shit for the gram. Fuck the gram.
That's what this is all about, man. And he's
That's when
putting
niggas get
people's
fucked up
livelihoods
at.
at risk. Yo, there's a girl who do like a talk show
Fuck the gram,
on the
gang.
IFC network or whatnot, and she is renting out like the space on Peer Space as well. So she's making a little bit of income there and on her podcast. Now that's at risk because of this. But the bad news doesn't end there for Jim Jones, because apparently 50 Cent has somehow managed to get in cahoots with the owner. Now, this is the dude, right, that's been chatty patting it up on Jim Jones. This is the owner who's been calling 50 Cent and feeding 50 Cent all the information about Jim Jones. Now, he's clout hungry as a mug. Like, he is super clout hungry. So, apparently, though...
Is he clout hungry? Or is he mad that he's owed 180K? And the nigga kicking in his doors and shit, breaking up even more property. So now, fuck 180K. Now he's probably has to pay, like, what? Close to 200K. Not close to, like, he probably has to pay like 20K in damages around his apartments, whatever. But that's more money out of his pocket now. And this bum ass old head, I'm trying to get the fuck out of his house. Yo, is that clout hungry? Or is that doing anything to get niggas out your house by any means? But I digress.
That dude, him right there, apparently he gave 50 Cent ownership stake in the building. So 50 Cent says, Sam is my partner, I own the joint. So apparently he owns the building now. So 50 Cent owns the building now as well. Now you're gonna fix every door you kick, or I'm gonna kick your butt, Jimmy. By Monday, you're destroying my property. Damn, bruh. This is sad, man. And it doesn't even end here, right? It doesn't end here with just the 50 and Jim Jones, because now Jim Jones have acquired a certain amount of enemies due to Mano and other people, because Jim don't really like cause too much beef on that podcast. Mano caused the majority of the beefs. Now you got the enemies that Jim Jones have inherited from his co-host. Now they is making fun of Jimmy. Akademiks took to his live stream to eviscerate Jim Jones, Mano, Dave East, and Fabulous.
You guys are 50 years old getting evicted. That's disgusting and sad.
Dave East.
You guys have all had supposedly prosperous careers in whatever you've done. To get evicted at 50 years old is fucking pathetic. Fab, you rapped for 30 years. If you can't pay your rent, that's disgusting. Jim Jones, you gangbanged and did a whole bunch of bullshit for like 50 years. If you can't pay your rent, that's disgusting. Mano, you done robbed the entire Brooklyn niggas and pulled out guns on them. If you didn't rob enough money to pay your rent, that's disgusting. I'm sorry to tell y'all, man. Kicking in doors at 50 years old is just not the wave.
Heck, he might be a Drake Dick Rider, but he's not wrong. Y'all did all this shit in y'all youth. Y'all worked so hard, did everything y'all could to make all this money. Kicking in doors for some heat at the ripe age of 55? Come on, man. No way. It's just like, what's wrong with y'all? You like, this is why I hate when people say wisdom comes with age. Obviously it doesn't. Cause common sense would have said, that's some dumb shit. Let me just pay this nigga real quick so I can get my heat back on. Or let me move out because I can't afford it. Like, bro, wisdom comes from within, and gaining deeper understandings about situations and things you've been through. These niggas haven't attained that yet. They should be chatting.
And maybe I got to be the pussy civilian to kind of like, you know, bring the youth that's watching y'all, because y'all previously says y'all were bodega boys, lobby boys, now podcast boys, or as 50 calls y'all, squatters. I'll lead the audience y'all are trying to appeal to. Hey, YNs of the world, never be this. When you're 50, you should be kicked back, feet up, living a luxurious life with
what I tell niggas, bro, like, come on, bro.
galore, kids that you're taking care of, and many things to show. Not being kicking down a door to get in to start gossiping.
I also want Jim Jones to know you can't joke your way out of this too, bruh. Because the first time Jim Jones got exposed for owing rent and being a squatter, they went on their podcast that episode and made hella cringe squatter jokes. But this time around, you can't joke your way out of this one, bruh. The jokes only hit if there's no truth to it, right? If there's no validation to what the rumors are and you're just joking, cool. But once it's been proven, like, the accusations are true, you can't joke about it, right? Because that was cringe.
What was your greatest achievement?
This year?
Yeah.
Being able to have the right to squat.
The right to squat?
Sir, so now we know what's going on. Now we know what's going on.
I ain't know Dave East was on the podcast, bro. I heard he got some shots taken out at him. Who was shooting shots at them niggas? I guess it was 50 Cent. No, it wasn't 50. It was somebody else, but it was taking shots at Dave East, Jim Jones, everybody on that. Jones like, damn, Dave East. What the fuck Dave East got to do with that shit? But I didn't know he's a regular guest or something.
Jim Jones discovered that he could get into big buildings and not pay rent, and, you know, the government and their weird laws will protect him. So Jim Jones, now at the time it appeared to be a joke. Now we know it's not a joke because Jim Jones was literally squatting and got into a very expensive building to stop paying rent. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about?
Yo, this shit is just pitiful, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I was selling millions of records, was he selling millions of records? It's Jim Jones, I'd hope. Yeah, he had to have been selling millions of records, making all this money. Like, look at Cameron and Mace. Look at 50 Cent. Look at Jay-Z. Look at Nas. Look at all these other old head rappers. And you can't tell me you couldn't get no goddamn blueprint. You couldn't copy a beat real quick. Shit. Even what's it called? Andre 3 Stacks. Big Boy. Like, even like, come on, bro. There was so many ways you could have went. He chose the nuttiest route. It's not cool, OG. It's not cool. But like, comment, subscribe. Talk to me in the comments. Let me hear y'all. Peace.